Oh, he's lost.
Okay. So you guys need to just make sure that you guys pull your own weight in case he does not show up, okay? Can, what did he have to do for you guys? Did he show up when you guys met? Nope. Okay. All righty.
Hi.
Hey, Josh.
I have to go.
What happened?
I have to go some. I'm moving to a different place right now.
Oh. Okay. Can you have your mom email me and Mr. Helm?
Moving to a quieter space in my house.
Oh. I thought you were moving homes. Okay. No. Sorry. Okay. All right, so we're going to get started with the trial. You guys ready to go? So in the chat, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of give you basically the overall format of this. Okay, so Team Antigone will go first, okay? So what's going to happen is Team Antigone will present the opening statement or the opening arguments and the stance and motivation, and then Team Creon. Then we move down to presenting the evidence. So Team Antigone will be presenting the evidence. And remember, we are we've gathered today to see who was in the right, and who's really guilty for causing havoc in Thebes. Okay, so after that, after the evidence is presented, we are going to have a rebuttal. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a back and forth kind of thing. All right. And so once Team Antigone presents their rebuttal, then Team Creon will present their rebuttal. Okay, and it'll be more of a back and forth seesaw kind of thing. After we've kind of hashed it out, then we'll get into the closing arguments and finish the trial that way. Okay, everybody good? I will be grading and taking notes on this side while you guys present your arguments. Okay, are we good? Everybody ready to go? Okay, all right, Team Antigone, let's have you go first.
To address the question of who is right in this situation, Antigone is innocent. Antigone is the one who deserves to go to the Elysian fields. Antigone was a great sibling, and all she wanted to do was help her brother. She put her family before herself, which is why I'm sure many people do every day. To add, Antigone was only doing what the gods wanted her to do. In today's world, it's a well-known fact for Christians that God's commandments are rules that oversee all other rules. Antigone knew very well that just because Creon is the king of Thebes doesn't mean he should put himself above the gods. This is supported by the line, "But I will bury him, and if I must die, I say that his crime is holy. I shall lie down."
Okay, moving on to Team Antigone's stance and motives.
Antigone believes that she was in the right for burying her brother. This is from her love for her brother, and she thinks that he deserves a proper burial. In Greek mythology, getting a proper burial shows respect and a person lived a good life. Antigone, even though her brother betrayed the kingdom, she believes that her brother lived a justice life. This a line that supports this is Creon buried our brother Estolius with military honors, gave him a soldier funeral, and it was right that he should. But Policius, they fought as bravely and died as miserably.
Okay, Team Creon, you may present your opening statements. Kalai, I believe this is you.
Yes. King Creon acted against King Creon's actions towards Antigone were to protect the well-being of the city of Thebes.
All right, moving on to the stance and motives.
Creon believes that he is obligated to protect Thebes from traitors, as he thought Polynices was a traitor for attacking his brother Eteocles or whatever, and that he shouldn't have a proper burial. His motivation is to protect his people, and he believes that he must gain his people's trust and loyalty.
All righty, moving on to presenting of the evidence. Team Antigone.
In the lines 1 to 2, you would quoted from Antigone. You would think that we had already suffered enough with the curse on Oedipus. Oedipus? She clearly thinks that they had suffered enough for our curse from their curse. Set on that wasn't set on them.
Antigone feels that she and her family have already suffered enough for what had happened to their dad. And on top of that, now Creon decides to not let them bury their own brother.
Allow them to return.
And Antigone doesn't like this because it's her brother, and she says this in line 33 where she says, "He is my brother and he is your two." She says this two is many, which is one of the first reasons of why I think Antigone is right for burying her brother.
And also on line 72 to 74, and if I have to die for this pure crime, I'm content, for I shall rest beside him, his love will answer mine. So this shows like how much Antigone loved her brother, and she was right for burying her brother.
Anything else?
Another example to this is on line 80. It says, if it means death, I will not be the worst death, because death without honor is the worst death. So this quote shows again like how if you no. On line 80, it says that if it means death, I will not be the worst death, because death without honor is the worst death. This quote shows Antigone is not afraid of death, and she believes giving someone a proper burial is better than dying a really bad death.
This is also supported by the line, "But I will bury him, and if I must die, I say that this crime is holy, I shall lie down." Which again just says that it's a holy crime. What she's doing is a crime like against Creon, but it's something that is still holy, like supports the gods, and she's willing to die for that.
Any other evidence to be presented?
Antigone also talks about how they, as living people, they have like an obligation to help the dead people to the afterlife. And she says, "It is the dead, not the living, who make the longest demands if we die forever, since apparently the laws of the god mean nothing to you." Which basically says that they need to properly bury the dead. because that's like the most decent thing as a human you can do, because the dead people only ask for one thing, which is to be buried properly.
All right. Does this conclude your
Do you want
presenting
us
of the
to
evidence?
present? Do you want us to present the evidence that makes Creon look bad too, or after?
The rebuttal comes after, and that you'll do back and forth so that
Oh.
you have time to respond back, right? So that's the debate part, right? All right. So are we
Okay.
done? Are you guys done then, Antigone's team? Okay. All righty. Let's move on to Team Creon. Please present your evidence as to why King Creon was innocent and in the right for his actions.
In line 185, Creon states that you will give no support to whoever breaks this law. And since he is and as King of Thieves, he has that authority to make that law. And even though and he views anybody that disobeys him as a traitor, and everybody knows what will happen to them if they do break the law. And yeah.
On line 55, it says, "But I will bury him, and if I must die." In this line, Antigone accepts the consequences for her actions, and she was fully aware of the consequences that would be enforced if she was caught in the act of burying her brother. So she should not expect anything but the consequences that will be enforced.
In line 175, Creon states that no traitor is going to be honored with the loyal man. He's basically referring to the fact that because Polynices betrayed his people and went against Eteocles, they were going to be buried separately, as one would be buried and one wouldn't be, because one is a traitor and one is like in the right and follows the law. So since Antigone went against his law to not bury him, he should be punished in the way that she went against the law, like Polynices did.
Any additional evidence, Team Creon?
In line 55-22, Creon says that if I permit my own family to rebel, how shall I earn the world's obedience? So I think by him punishing Antigone for her crimes, if he didn't do that, then he'd probably lose his people's trust, and that would probably result in it would have a bad effect on Thebes and how they look to him as a ruler. So I think that by him doing that, it kind of kept everything in line. And yeah.
Okay. Are we ready for the rebuttal? Okay. Let's start off with Team Antigone. Please present your rebuttal. Just one, and then we'll go back and forth, okay? So this should be a more fluid back and forth, okay? So don't wait for me to say you go or next or whatever. Okay? You're just going to counter each other. Go. Team Antigone, are you going to present any refuting evidence?
On line
Oh.
4, on line 420, Creon says when he's talking to Antigone, go join them. Then, if you must have your love, find it in hell. So that's kind of like Creon mocking Antigone's love for her brother. So I feel like he's wrong for that.
Okay. Team Creon?
In line 590, Creon says, you think it's right to stand up for an anarchist. So in his eyes, Antigone went against his law that he put in place. And I think that it hurt even a little more because she was his family. So that's why I think he kind of said that, because she went against him and his law.
Kala said something along the lines of Antigone was ready to die because she thought that, or she knew that she was wrong. That's basically what he said. But she was trying to say that she was ready to die because she thought that it was right to do it for her brother, or not because she knew she was wrong, because she wanted to help her brother. She thought it was right to do it.
In line 152, she says, I deny nothing, as she was being hubris and taking pride with what she had done at breaking his law and betrayed her people just like her brother.
I didn't quite catch that. Could you say that again?
So in line 152, she says, I deny nothing, as she was being hubris and took pride with what she had done with breaking the law.
even though she broke Creon's law, I feel like she thought it wasn't that bad because she's obeying the law of the gods. And on line 455, it says, "Fortunate is the man who never tasted God's vengeance." So Antigone feels like the law of the gods is higher than Creon's law.
Line 736, she says, "I would not transgress the law of heaven." So instead of her realizing that they were in the world of like the people and they had laws of their own that the gods kind of went off of because they're supposed to follow the law of the world because they're in the world, right? So like when they don't follow the law, they see it as they like, so they're in the world and they're supposed to be following the law of the people and they are not in the underworld yet. So technically they're supposed to be following the law of the people instead of the law of the god because they're in the world.
That's good.
But I feel like the law Creon made was kind of selfish because like he was just being prideful and not seeing Policia's side of things. Because even though he betrayed the kingdom, his brother betrayed him by trying to rule over him. So I feel like Creon was just being selfish and prideful.
Line 165, scene 1. It says, "Polynesius broke his exile to come back with fire and sword against his native city and the shrines of his father's gods, whose one idea was to spill the blood of his blood and sell his own people into slavery." What was I going to say? Polynesius's intentions were to destroy the city of his family and raise arms against his own people and his family. And I believe his intentions to be wrong, and he should be punished for it.
Creon says, "I thrill with dread. Is there no more to strike me to the heart with two-edged sword? Oh, miserable I am and steeped in miserable anguish." So he knows that he messed up and now he's going to pay for it. And he, yeah.
All right. Are we going to move on to the opening statements? Does anybody giving each side one last chance to provide one last rebuttal? If not, we will move on to the closing statements.
Can I say something? It's not in response to what Hayden said though.
It's okay. Go ahead.
Can I say? Oh, okay. In line 243, Crayon says, "Is it your senile opinion that the gods love to honor bad men?" So, like, I think because Antigone claims that, like, it's the law of the gods that justifies or it's one of the reasons why she wanted to bury Polynices. But and like I think, but like okay, why like okay, hold on. Why would like the gods want to even welcome Polynices after what he's done? I think so. That's why I think maybe Creon doesn't like why Antigone did it for like it just doesn't make sense because yeah.
All right, one last chance, Team Antigone. Good to go? All right, let's start off with the closing statements for our Team Antigone.
Oh, that's a closing argument, right?
Yeah.
The evidence that we have gone over today on how Antigone was innocent of burying Polynices. We went over that Antigone thinks that her brother deserves a burial because it means they have lived a good life, and it means they can move over to the afterlife. She was motivated by her loyalty to her family and believed wholeheartedly that he deserved the burial. Even though she knew that her brother Polynices went against the kingdom, she thought that Heracles and his hubris betrayed Polynices. From the quote, "It is the dead, not the living, who make the longest demands. We die forever, since apparently the laws of the gods mean nothing to you." And lines 59 to 63, said by Antigone, states that Creon was wrong to not bury him because it was going against the law of the gods, which was Creon's biggest hubris, thinking he was above the gods. Our evidence also stated that, from the quote, "Go join them, then if you must have your love, find it in hell," line 420, was unnecessary because this shows that he was mocking the love for her family. By all accounts, this evidence should be sufficient enough to clearly show that Creon was guilty in this case.
Team Creon?
Creon was the rightful leader of thieves after Polynices wrongfully tried to take over, getting both his brother and himself killed. Due to Polynices' crimes, Creon decided that he wouldn't be buried, and the law he put on his body was broken by Antigone, even though she knew the consequences. And so I think that Antigone is in the right. Nope, I think Creon is in the right because her brother broke the law, and even though she is his family, he's the leader. Everybody looks to him first, and she decided to go against him.
All righty. Here concludes the trial of the hearing of Antigone versus Creon. I will be looking over my notes to see who is innocent and who is guilty. What I would like you guys to do is go to today's module, which will be in module 3.9, Antigone trial verdict. Okay, what we have here, is you have a link. I want you guys to go ahead and it's a secret vote. Okay, go ahead and place your verdict in the Google form. Okay. And then what you have here is you have the discussion board where you're going to, in the text box, explain why you chose either Antigone or Creon as making the right decisions. I need you to provide 2 details to support your response. Okay, Josh, in the chat, please. Josh, I'm gonna quickly send you in a breakout room so that we can talk stories just for real fast, okay?
Okay.
Hey, buddy.
Hello.
So just kind of like worried because you sent me the email that you didn't know what you needed to make up. Okay,
I didn't know what I was allowed to do.
Oh, at this point, it's whatever, right? Because you're failing right now, and so I'm trying to give
And
you just
I
any
didn't have
opportunity. What is that?
I didn't have enough IXLs. I ran out of enough IXLs.
Oh, you just had to choose whatever to do. After this week, we're going back to Membean. So all you have to do is just jump on and then just select whatever you want to do. Okay. Okay, so you can do that. And then
Because
at
I
this,
finished the diagnostic and only have
okay,
like 2 recommended things left.
yeah. Okay, so just choose whatever you think you need to work on and then just go through it and just do like just 2 skills, just focus on 2 skills. Kanya?
Yeah.
Okay, and then I would just do the 20-point assignments or the bigger ones, okay?
Yes.
And that should be okay. I think that you know, you're gonna get really close because right now it looks like you are at 58%. Okay, so you did fairly well on the trial, so that's going to be a big deal. Okay, but it's your other assignments that are holding you back. Okay, I need you to check your announcements later on, like tomorrow or something. Okay, and then maybe what we can do is tomorrow let's meet up since you gotta leave early. Okay,
Okay.
Can?
Yes.
Are you free in the morning?
Tomorrow. No, my first
No.
class. No.
No.
I
Okay.
have Hawaiian culture.
Okay, we'll just meet at 1:20 then. Okay, write that down. Okay, and then
I'm
what?
free at the 9 o'clock class.
Oh, are you? That's
Yeah.
perfect. Let's do that then. Let's meet at 9:25. That would be awesome. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is in the chat, I just want you to open this up because this is what we're going to be working on because you're leaving what now?
Yeah.
Okay, so open that up and then you are going to be,
Do you have to make a copy of this?
no, I had you, we're doing a jigsaw. So you know how you gotta just be responsible for one part.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you are going to be with Kaheleaolani toward the end, okay? So that's you right there. Kanya,
At the very end?
yeah. So you have the
Start
essay,
with-
you have the book with you?
I think I have to go pick it up.
What? No, this is the beginning of the school year, this thing.
Extraordinary. Tūtū Aloha.
Yeah.
Interior.
Here, you know what, then, I mean, you should have it's that packet of things.
I think I might have it.
You should. Here, click on this and then
What does it look like?
it has like a hale on top. It says setting the foundation to the kauhale.
It's somewhere.
Okay, find it because, but anyway, if you click on that other link inside the chat,
Yeah.
that's
It
the
opens
essay.
up.
Okay, so just make sure you have that so you can do that. Okay,
Thank you.
and then read chapter 1, and then I need you to look in the announcement section because I'm gonna give you guys your assignment and then the code for the book creator. That's where you're gonna be doing your assignments. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, buddy. I'll see you tomorrow at 9:25. Okay.
Okay. See you.
Alrighty. Bye.
Bye.
Did everybody submit their vote for who was in the right? Did everybody submit? Okay. Alrighty. So go ahead and finish your response and we'll be moving on. Okay. So what do we have here? We have, I'm going to just share my screen with you guys. Quite interesting. Alrighty, so at one point in the trial, it seemed like Team Antigone presented the best arguments and the best evidence. Then when it came to the rebuttal, what happened was Team Creon actually presented strong evidence against Antigone. Therefore, in this trial, Team Creon proved that their client was innocent of causing the havoc in Thebes. And therefore, Creon will be allowed to go into the Elysian fields. This happened because of Alicia's and Kahele Aulani's points they made at the very end that basically threw Antigone way under the bus. Okay, but anyway, I just wanted to, so make sure you guys finish, yeah? Your response for this. This is worth 15 points. Okay, it should be a pretty good response. You should have a very healthy response in CER format. So if you need to go back and fix it, this thing is open till tomorrow. Okay, it needs to be done. We're gonna move on because what we have here is we have the schedule for Lord of the Flies. So what I want to do is just kind of transition. All right, does everybody have their book? No, at home though? Yes. No, yeah, that's good. Okay, so I'm just gonna talk to you guys a little bit about transitioning over to Lord of the Flies. So, oh, where did everybody go? Oh no. Oh, there's one. Where did the other two go? So what we have here is, I'm just sharing my screen with you. I just want to show you guys, all right? What I initially had planned for you guys was to read about 50 pages every week. I know, Caleb. However, I decided to downshift a little bit, and not because I'm trying to take it easy on you guys. In fact, quite the opposite. Okay, Kala, we're going to push hard for this fourth quarter because this is the last week basically of the fourth quarter. So what we have here is I'm going to be, and I want to tell you guys and be upfront, we're going to be weaving in some critical essays and supplementary material that's going to get you grounded in Hawaiian perspective and ancestral knowledge on top of reading Lord of the Flies. So if you guys look at the screen that I'm sharing with you, notice that today we had the Antigone trial. You're only going to be responsible for reading chapter 1. Okay, chapter 1 is pretty straightforward. But before you read chapter 1, we're going to ground ourselves in Ike Kupuna, in the concept of Aloha Aina. Okay, so we're going to be reading this essay called Intergenerational Wisdoms. We're going to have you guys create this jigsaw where everybody's responsible for a section in the essay. So we're not reading the whole essay, you're just reading your section. Okay, everybody clear on that? So what we're going to do is this. Copy, and I'm going to put it, go ahead and open up your chat. Okay. In the chat, go ahead and click on this. Okay, everybody have their book though? You guys have your book, yeah? Because if not, Caleb, you have your book? Your packet?
No, I don't. I have it at home though.
Okay, so you're going to be taking notes today on that, and then at home you're going to go back and write it down. So what I'm going to do is in the chat, I'm going to give you also the link to the article, so, the essay, so that you have it for right now. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you guys some time to do this. And then we'll present it during the next class since Josh has left. So what we have here is this, all right? We are going to be jigsawing Tūtū's Aloha Aina Grace, intergenerational wisdom. So what is the knowledge that has been passed down from generation to generation? Well, this is Dr. Kamana Maikalani Beamer. He is a graduate of Kamehameha School's Kapalama. His child actually goes to our middle school. Okay, he's actually very famous, and he's from the Beamer family in Waimea. So very, very musical family. We're going to be reading about his tutu. So the question that I have for you is, how does the concept of Aloha Aina play a role in the Lord of the Flies? Okay, so you're going to be responding to this discussion, but we're not going to do it today because we haven't read it. So this is going to be for next class. All right, so just something for you to think about. What you're going to do is, for example, Kala, do you have a kahako over one of the A's? Or no?
The second one.
Second one. Okay, kalamai. Okay. Kala hikiola. Okay. So Kala, you're gonna have just the introduction. So you're going from the start till just to the second part where it starts with the extraordinary aloha. So you see that? You're gonna be highlighting, responding, and then you're just gonna choose 5 important parts that we need to know about. Can? Okay, so off you go. Next section will be dedicated to Caleb. Okay, so Caleb, you're going to just read that section on extraordinary aloha. Okay, as a reminder, don't forget to grab a picture. So since you are going to be learning about this part, make sure you find a picture that's relevant to your section. Next, we'll have Hayden, the fullness of aloha. Okay, so make sure you have 5 need to know talking points along with the picture. Miss Alicia, you have the uniqueness of aloha. That's your section. So what am I going to see? I'm going to see you guys highlighting, taking notes. Yeah. Use your metacognitive markers, right? The exclamations, question marks, comment on important parts, because you're going to want to talk about it a little bit further when you present. Okay. And then also at the end, we have Josh and Kahele Aulani. So Kahele Aulani, where are you? Did you disappear? Where did she go? Ta-da's. Okay. So you know what, you guys? Did you guys see that meme about teachers where it said something like, I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have done it. And then it says on the top, like, when a teacher comments on how cute your pets are, so-and-so's pet is cute, and then all the kids leave to go get their pets. Remember we did that in the very beginning of the school year, and then like we met everybody's pets. I saw that meme last week and I was like, oh my gosh, I thought of you guys, my beloved period 7 and all of our animals. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to give you guys some time right now to work on this. 5 talking points. You guys ready? You guys good? Kahele Aulani, do you have your packet with the essay? No? Okay, so in the chat, do you see that? You're going to take notes. And then where is your packet? Do you just don't know where it is at this point? Yeah, highlight. Okay, Alicia, yeah, that's where it is. It's in there. Highlight. Yeah. Okay, read. Go. Kahele Aulani, did you get it? The link in the chat? Okay. You're at the very end, yeah? You're doing the conclusion, the last part. How's it going, you guys? Looks like you guys are working on your talking points. Okay, Kahele Alani, it looks like you're almost done, so don't forget to grab a picture. Okay. Okay, and so you're gonna be ready to go next Monday to present this. Okay. I'm going to move you guys forward so that we can work on this on your own. But also, I need you guys to just kind of hold off on this and start another tab. Okay, so go ahead and start another tab. And I'm going to invite you to the library. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and then you guys can you guys get on? So what I'm going to do is in Book Creator, I'm going to invite you to a library. Okay, and this is going to be the 9th grade Lord of the Flies library. Okay, so when you get on to bookcreator.com, what I want you guys to do is to get on, and then I want you guys to start your own book. Okay, and I'm going to show you guys that you have access also to my book. Okay, do you guys see what I'm talking about? How many of you guys have used Book Creator before? Okay, good. Okay. So put in that code. Kahele Alani, did you get on already? Hayden, you? Okay. All right. So did everybody get in? I'm going to take down the code. Can? No, not yet. Oh, well, hurry up because you need to get access so that you can get on. And then you have to create your own book. Okay, so okay, so what I did was I put the code in the chat. This is for Book Creator, so I can get off of this. Okay, so you should be able to get into my library. Okay, and then also you should be able to make your own book. Can you make your own book? Okay, go ahead and at least title yours your name and the period. Okay, so that you just have it. So what I'm going to be doing is I've broken up the reading. So like this first chapter, you only have one chapter for this first reading assignment. Okay, so when you look at that, the second assignment is 2 chapters, chapters 3 and 4. So I just want to show you guys, okay? For chapter 1, what you're going to do is you're going to create a letter in a bottle or a journal entry. These assignments are to demonstrate your knowledge of the chapter. Okay, so I'm looking for at least 2 details, okay, for each chapter. Can? And for this one, you can choose either a letter or a journal entry. And it just depends on how you want to set up your outline, your panels, or if you want to just do a blank box and then add in pictures and things like that. No big deal. Can? Do you have access to my book? Can you click on it? Okay. So if you look, chapters 2 and 3, okay, lost chances and civil order. I'm going to have you guys just choose something to do. Okay, so you might want to do a comic strip. Okay, you might want to do something else. This is going to be an open assignment. So basically you get to choose what you want to do for this assignment. Raja? Okay. Let me just put that in there so I don't forget. Okay, so then, yeah. Hang on. Next one, right? Chapters 4 through 5. If the island could talk, what would the island say? So you're going to be creating this. It could be a dialogue. It just could be like insight. Okay, so that's chapters 4 through 5. Okay, so you guys kind of get the idea of what's going on here. Yes, everybody get it? Okay. In the meantime, okay, you guys are building your books. Okay, so you guys should be able to check this out. Okay, everybody should have had, did you guys get on? I'm looking to see Kala's on, Caleb's on. Kahele Alani, did you get on? Did you make your book yet? Okay, at least have your book. Alrighty. Okay. So start reading Lord of the Flies. In your notebook, I would suggest starting with chapter 1 and write down chapter 1, Lord of the Flies, and take notes. Okay, Ken? Don't forget tomorrow is IXL. I'm going to stop my share. Don't forget tomorrow is IXL. Don't forget that it's the end of the quarter. Okay. If you need to meet with me tomorrow, please email me and we can set up a time. If not, then your grade is what your grade's going to be after I grade the trial. Okay. We're putting quarter 3 to a close. Also, this week, I guess, well, next week marks the hallmark of not returning to campus for an entire year, right? That we've been away on distance learning for an entire year. That's something to be said. We're still here, right? And we're still trying. And we're still trying to make moves here. So for you guys, I would like pat yourselves on the back, okay? I would tell yourself how tough you are, how resilient you are, how nice your hair looks, okay? How you're getting her done, okay? Because, you know, we lost a couple students here and there along the way, but I didn't lose you guys. You guys are still here, and I'm still here with you, okay? So whatever it takes, we're gonna finish out this school year together, okay? So make sure you are ready to step up and really kick some butt next week, okay? All right, I'm gonna end class a little bit early. You guys can work on this. You can work on IXL. Good job on your trial. It kind of went to started off a little rough, and then it started catching the momentum, and that was just fine. Okay, any questions?
Like, hello, I love you. Oh.
We love you, bye. Okay.